Hey there, everyone. How are we doing? I don't normally do two live recordings this close together, but I've been getting increasing comments, communication about the Bigger Pockets event occurring in New Orleans uh, here in the next couple of months. So I thought I would tell you about my history with Bigger Pockets and give you kind of my thoughts. So, first and foremost, I was a part of the Bigger Pockets community, an active uh, part of the Bigger Pockets community back in like 2006, 7, 8, I believe. It might be 7, 8, 9, but somewhere in there, a 2 or 3 year period. So much so that Josh Dorkin interviewed me on the Bigger Pockets channel before it was a full podcast. I believe you can still find that interview. It's back, it's 10 years old now, but it is out there. It's still there. I saw it a few weeks ago. I was actually a featured blogger, which at the time meant I needed to post once a week for them. Obviously, gave that up a long time ago, which we'll talk about here in a minute. And probably one of my most treasured memories from that era is Josh invited my wife and I out to Denver to be one of their speakers at their first inaugural event. And I was the buy and hold guy, right? I had a full time job. I was doing all these things. So um, many people have told me they've bought the pro package or whatever it is and have listened to that story. Thank you. Um, so again, I was an active member, a trusted member, all of that stuff. So it was very helpful, right? The market was kind of falling apart. It was a nice place to go and kind of see what other people are doing and all of those things. So uh, I thought what Josh was doing was amazing, right? Trying to create this platform, 10, 12 years ago. It kind of all started to change. Actually, interestingly enough, right when Brandon Turner joined, obviously Brandon has gone on to be a huge, big megastar, written lots of books. He's moved to Hawaii. He's all of those things. Um, but when he came in, at least my interaction with him is he came in and took over ownership of all the blog writers and basically instituted a bunch of rules that made it hard for me as a full time employee to keep up with the new requirements. So, very quickly, it became clear that I wasn't going to be able to meet the requirements that Brandon Turner had put out there. So so we just kind of went separate ways. So I have a long history. I think I still have an account. I don't go back to it very often. I probably have several accounts because I probably don't remember my password from a decade ago. Um, but that's interesting. But something I did right when I wrote this book, one rental at a time, I didn't I didn't know any publishers. I um, I didn't know how to publish. I had a rough draft. I actually reached out to Bigger Pockets because again, it's a community I know. I know some folks, and I sent them a draft saying, "Hey, do you guys want to publish this story?" Right? A lot of your readers are just like me, right? They're full time employees trying to figure out this buy and hold game, and I think it would be good for you, right? We didn't talk money, we didn't talk anything because I'd have done it for nothing, right? I just wanted to give back. But Bigger Pockets said no. Uh, they said no and no in a big way. They have a roster full of writers that they um, are happy to push out. I think uh, I think once again Brandon Turner is seen as the buy and hold guy, and they didn't want to create a secondary message. So um, yeah. So when you ask, did I, you know, do I still look at Bigger Pockets? No, not that often. Um, I did want to get re-engaged, and I thought giving them the rights or helping me publish one rental at a time would have been good for Bigger Pockets, and maybe not for Bigger Pockets, but certainly good for the people that want help. Right? That's the story in the book, right? I was a full-time employee trying to figure it out, trying to look for help where I can, and I just thought Bigger Pockets was the place to put it. And they said no, and frankly, hell no. So, oh well. And now you're all are talking about, potentially being a speaker at the event in New Orleans. I see zero chance of that happening. They would, if they said no to my book, they're going to keep pitching the same people so they sell more books. I don't see them sending me an invitation. I still think for the most part they're helping people, so don't get me wrong. This is not a slam at BiggerPockets at all. It's maybe a little disappointment on my side, as I want to help, and that's a great platform for it. So that's probably what you're hearing. Uh, but again, I don't see BiggerPockets reaching out to me saying, "Hey, would you like to come to the event in New Orleans? We'd love to have you." Um, Even though my speech at their first event, which I think is still recorded, um, received pretty high reviews. So I just wanted to put this down. I get, I don't know, 3 or 4 emails or texts or whatever it is a week talking about BiggerPockets, my thoughts and all of that. So I wanted to record this video. I wanted to do it live, so it's not canned or anything. And yeah, so again, if you don't know what BiggerPockets is, do yourself a favor. Go get a user ID, log in. There's years and years of experts and help there. It's a very active community. You could do a lot worse than being a part of the BiggerPocket community. So if you don't know what it is, go check it out. I think it's just biggerpockets.com, BiggerPockets with an S, and go check it out. So that's what's going on. That's why I don't see them inviting me to New Orleans. I was very disappointed that they didn't want to help people see the value of one rental at a time. It's okay. We move forward. So have fun, everybody. Take care. Bye.